Sexual and physical abuse against children is not limited to a specific race, creed, or economic class. Over 95% of those who commit these crimes are known by their victims. It's usually someone you would least expect. Abuse against children has plagued society for ages, but there is hope. More and more often, child abuse is being pulled out from the darkness. Instead of hiding in shame, more and more families are taking action. Instead of bearing a lifelong secret and burden, more and more victims of abuse are finding help. Dawson Place provides help and hope to these vulnerable victims and their families by coordinating services. The professionals at Dawson Place are devoted to protecting kids against abuse, healing kids that have already been harmed, and showing these innocent victims hope. We teach them that they don't have to be defined by their abuse. One morning at school, Mary told her teacher that her private area hurt. When she was with the school nurse, she told her that her mom's boyfriend would touch her. The nurse immediately called Child Protective Services, and by the afternoon, Mary and her mother arrived at Dawson Place, and they were introduced to her advocate. The advocate would be a guide through the complicated process ahead. The advocate greeted Mary and her mother, answered questions, and showed them into the fish room. Here Mary would wait for her first appointment. Mary was introduced to Harper, an easygoing yellow lab. Harper's sole purpose is to ease the anxiety of the children that visit Dawson Place. Mary's healing process would be a difficult journey. A friendly paw shake was just what she needed to help her along. Mary was introduced to one of Dawson Place's nurse practitioners. She is specially trained to interact with children. She gave Mary a well-child checkup and a forensic examination. It doesn't take long for Mary to ask about the sticky hands on the ceiling. The nurse explained that those hands were left behind by other kids just like her. The hands would help Mary realize that she was not the only one that this has happened to. There's comfort in knowing you are not alone. After the exam, it was time for Mary to tell her story to a child interview specialist. It was important that strict interview methods were followed so that the video recording and information would stand up in court. During the interview, our special investigation detectives were next door watching and listening to everything. Mary's strong accounts of a crime led to immediate action. That evening, the boyfriend was arrested. While at Dawson Place, Mary was referred to the Compass Health Child Advocacy Program for therapy. Her mom also receives counseling as a secondary victim of trauma and learned parenting skills and how to best protect Mary in the future. The courtroom is not a child-friendly place, and testifying can be daunting even for adults. Many cases that come through Dawson Place will not be prosecuted. Of those that are, even fewer will actually go to trial. In Mary's case, the evidence was strong. Mary confronted her abuser in trial and provided powerful and disturbing testimony of what she had to endure, and Harper provided comfort along the way. All this professional support was necessary to successfully convict Mary's abuser. It took the collaboration that is delivered by Dawson Place.
The Dawson Place was so critical to our healing, and it was so incredible to have the Dawson Place where you've got the sexual assault nurses, the counselors, the prosecuting attorney connected with the sheriff's department and trauma units all together, working together.
And everything they did, they tried to help me find a way to put our family together again, how they can figure out a way to help us. And I really, really do appreciate it. I don't know what I would have done. I really don't.
To have a support network of people who've seen it before, who get the mentality of an abuser, and also understand how broken down you are as a woman in that circumstance, was life-saving. I don't know how I could have survived without it.
That is what Dawson Place did for us. They gave us the right to have the same life like everybody else. My daughter, my oldest daughter, she's only 13. She was asking me the other day when we went out with Grandma to the beach. And she says, Mom, I've never seen you happy like this before. It's because for the first time in our life, I feel safe. And there's a reason to actually be me. I don't have to watch over my shoulder or hear somebody or see somebody in panic. I don't have to always have to run from one place to another. It's because there are people who really care.
Children are amazingly resilient. With the ongoing mental health therapy provided at Dawson Place, children like Mary can and do recover from unthinkable abuse. They do get better, they do heal, and they do move on and live normal and happy lives. At Dawson Place, they are shown how to find hope, and hope is a powerful thing.